Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, I will show you around. I love it, bet your bottom dollar you lose.
How you doing? I'm Nick Conley. I'm coming to you from Chicago. I was born and raised in this fine town, and I've spent 42 of my 48 years right here in this city. I'm lucky enough that I grew up on the south side, and I now, for the last 15 years, have been living on the north side. So I know a lot of great places down on the south side, and as well as up here on the north side, and I found quite a few places in between. So if you're from Chicago, hopefully I'll show you some new places to check out. And if you're from out of town and planning a trip, hopefully I'll show you a few places to check out as well. So just keep watching, stay tuned, and I hope you agree with some of the selections that I've chosen, and you enjoy them as much as I did. Now, you can't talk about Chicago without talking about deep dish pizza. That's right, deep dish pizza, something that's Chicago is famous for. And everybody has their favorite place. And being in Chicago, we have a lot of great places. Of course, there's the original Pizzeria Uno, Lou Malnati's, Giordano's, and Gino's East. The list goes on. My personal favorite, though, is Pequod's. Pequod's is an excellent pizza. I love their sausage. And the thing that they're probably most famous for is the burnt cheese on the outer crust. I don't know what you're thinking. Who would want burnt cheese on their pizza? But man, it is so good. And it's probably the best part of the pizza. I know personally I'd save it for the very last thing to eat. You know, usually you don't like the crust. This will make you want to eat the crust. It is very good. It's a great pizza. They have two locations. One on the near north side and one in Morton Grove. I like the one in Morton Grove. It's a little bit smaller, so it's a little more homey feeling. But both serve the same pizza, and I highly recommend it. Now, if you'd like to try Pequod's Pizza, their location on the near north side is located at 2207 North Clybourne Avenue. Phone number 773-327-1512. If you happen to be just north of the city, in the Morton Grove area, you may want to check out the location there at 8520 Fernald Avenue. Telephone number 847-470-9161. Go ahead and give them a phone call, get your name on the list, so you don't have to wait too long. They can get pretty busy on the weekends. Another great thing that Chicago is known for is improv. Of course, we have the Second City Theater here, where a lot of big names have come out of. And along with them, also, are a lot of smaller theaters that do some really great shows. One of my favorite places is the Comedy Clubhouse. The Comedy Clubhouse is a small theater in the Wicker Park neighborhood. It's home of One Group Mind. They do some really great improv there. And if you happen to go on a Saturday, you might be lucky enough to see some unscripted improv, a scripted show, as well as some stand-up comedy. It's a smaller theater, so it's a little more of an intimate feel with the actors. And you never know, you just might see the next big star doing a small show there. And you can say, hey, I got to see that person way back when in a small little theater. It's a great place to go. I highly recommend it. If you've always wanted to see live theater, but can't afford tickets for the bigger theaters, the Comedy Clubhouse is the way to go. Tickets are relatively inexpensive, and it's BYOB. So how can you beat that? If you'd like to see some great improv and great theater, check out the Comedy Clubhouse. They're located at 1462 North Ashland. Telephone number 773-312-3861. And you could also get more information on the theater, as well as get tickets, by going online at thecomedyclubhouse.com. Okay, we talked about deep dish pizza earlier, and that's a great dinner. But now let's talk about dessert. And we have a lot of great places here in Chicago, like Eli's Cheesecake, Mario's Italian Ice. But my favorite is Rainbow Cone Ice Cream. When you're on the south side, head on over to Southwestern Avenue to the original Rainbow Cone. Been around since 1926, serving their 5 flavors of deliciousness. Now, this isn't rainbow sherbet. This is 5 flavors of ice cream. And they don't serve scoops, they serve slices. It's definitely a summer treat, a Chicago original, and I highly recommend it. If you'd like to cool off with this Chicago original, head on down to the original Rainbow Cone at 9233 Southwestern Avenue. Phone number 773-238-7075. So in this video, I took you to 3 of my favorite places here in Chicago. The first one, Pequod's Pizza. The second one, the Comedy Clubhouse for a show. And we went for dessert at the original Rainbow Cone. Give them a shot if you haven't already. I highly recommend them. And this has been Nick's Hot Chicago. And until next time, stay cool, dude.
Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town. Chicago, Chicago, I will show you around. I love it, bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues in Chicago.